But right now, without any further delay, I have a very special guest standing by who's agreed to be interviewed. A lot of you probably know her. She's been with Curves International for some 10 or 15 years, I think. I'm very happy to have with us right now, and please welcome Ms. Cassie Findley.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to get you guys back in my life again. So, yay!
Well, Cassie, we're very excited to have you. I know that probably almost everybody who's watching knows you or knows of you. If there's anybody out there who perchance maybe is not so familiar with you, why don't you take just a second and tell us a little bit about yourself and your professional background?
Sure. I started with Curves when they first started. In fact, I taught their very first club camp in Harlingen, Texas. So that was some 15 years ago. But my professional background is in academia. I still teach at Baylor University, a franchising and a wellness course.
Excellent. So your background is in academia, and I think you were telling me earlier that you have a GED?
Actually, I have a master's in exercise science and wellness. I've been teaching at Baylor, as I said. I was the wellness director and then moved to an assistant dean position. So, yeah, I've been around academia for quite a few years.
That's fantastic. And how long have you been involved with exercise and fitness?
Okay, now you're getting a little personal. I started when I was 12. No. Actually, it's been about 30 years that I've been involved. I started as a group exercise leader, teaching aerobics, kickboxing, those kind of things, and then moved into the personal training arena and certified with the Cooper Aerobic Institute.
Well, Cassie, let me ask you something. That's amazing. And we both know what an X Factor is. I know certainly everybody listening knows what an X Factor is and has gotten enough of them for members when they join. Let me ask you something. What is your X Factor? What is the reason that you have dedicated so much of your life and time to health and fitness?
Well, again, this might be redundant to those people that know me well, but my X Factor really is triggered by the loss of my father at the age of 54. To cardiovascular disease as a result of type 2 diabetes. Then at the age of 21, my youngest daughter was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. So I truly am just on this mission to get some answers, get results, improve health and well-being, and that really is the fuel that fires my passion.
Well, that is an amazing story, and I have to tell you honestly, before we started arranging for this little interview together, I did not know that, and that is quite a very touching story, and that's an amazing X factor. I suppose that when you got involved with Curves, that was absolutely the perfect match for you.
Oh, absolutely. Because Curves' mission was all about strengthening women. Certainly that was a population that I was passionate about, especially in regards to their health, their weight loss, their fitness, their exercise habits. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. Then it also gave me the opportunity to develop the research with Dr. Kreider. And then of course I got to develop Curves University. I got to work closely with MyTrack when we developed and quantified the actual work energy expenditure through the Curves Smart program. So yes, it was a beautiful match.
Excellent. What was the best part of your Curves experience?
I know this sounds probably a little corny, but the best part really are the people, the franchisees and their staff, the time that we spent, the hours that we spent at club camp, at kinesiology, and even working with them one-on-one was truly a blessing. And I really am humbled and grateful to have that opportunity to work with all of these guys. They're amazing, as you know.
I do, actually. Cassie, let me ask you something. Recently, you left Curves International. And I know probably a lot of people listening have some questions and want to know a little bit more about that. Would you be willing to take a minute and let us know a little bit more about that?
Sure. Let me just say briefly that this is a little bit still difficult, probably hard for me to talk about. But I do want to let you know first and foremost that I love Curves. I love the owners. I love the staff, the people. It truly has been an amazing blessing in my life. However, I didn't get to leave. I didn't get to say goodbye when I left, and so I do want to apologize if you'll let me have that moment to just tell people that I'm sorry. But truly, I'm just a phone call or an email away. Whether I'm with Curves or not with Curves, I think we're on a mission together to change people's life, and for that, I can still be connected with. Now, I'm avoiding your question, aren't I? let me just answer it quite simply. As I realize there are two sides to every story, and honestly, I only know one side, and that's my side. what I do know for a fact is that I gave 200% every day, every minute that I was involved with Curves. I know that it was the perfect job for me. I know it's God's calling on my life, and He's blessed me in so many ways. I know I was an asset to the company. I know I contributed to the growth of the company. However, for whatever reason, good or bad, right or wrong, decisions were made that my talent and my skills were no longer needed, and my job was eliminated. I will say at first my heart was crushed. If it wasn't for my little M2, I probably wouldn't have gotten out of bed. But I knew I had to go for the green, so I had to keep moving, and that certainly helped me a lot. Through time, healing has occurred, and as always, God has just thrown an abundance of opportunities, and He sent people into my life to validate my skills, and He's given me so many huge opportunities. My heart is happy. My brain is on overload with some of the things that I'm researching and doing. So I'm truly excited. And again, I quit asking why, and I realized that's the wrong question. Really, why it happened is not important to me anymore. I just continue to remind myself that it doesn't matter how many times you fall down or get pushed down. The reality is just to get up, celebrate life, and keep moving. And that's a choice that I've made.
Well, Cassie, those are beautiful words, and I really appreciate you sharing so candidly with us that. Tell me, you were involved with nutrition and weight loss and health for such a long time. Has your life taken a different turn now?
Absolutely not. As we've already discussed, my X factor has to do with weight loss and nutrition and physical activity. And, of course, that's where I'm staying focused because that's truly is my calling in life. And I've had two very amazing opportunities that are just aligned so perfectly with my passion as far as helping people improve their life and increasing their physical activity and their well-being. And so I've actually just jumped in with these new opportunities with both feet.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about them.
Well, one of them is I had the opportunity to work with a world-renowned biochemist, and together we are creating some supplements that are impacting weight loss. We are focusing a lot on diabetes and metabolic syndrome and prebiotics and some of those kind of things. So I'm excited about that. The company is with Pure Chemistry, MD product line actually, and so I'm actually getting to ask hard questions, challenge myself, and really, really look for some answers and some solutions. So I'm excited about that. It's only a couple months old, this partnership, and we've already created over 31 products. So that's pretty exciting to me.
Okay, you said there were two things?
Yes, the other one is actually dealing with specifically with a supplement that deals with oxidative stress and free radicals. Now, most of you know that that is the beginning state of illness and disease. And so this product was developed by Dr. Joe McCord. He's actually out of the Colorado University, and he's been nominated 3 times for the Nobel Prize. He's got 3 patents on this product, and it truly is amazing. There's over 20 university studies supporting this supplement. So, yes, I've gotten real excited about that one, too, because, yes, there's some solutions to anti-aging and improvement of health and well-being.
So it sounds like not only did you land on your feet, you took a flying leap forward in your life.
Absolutely. I'd like to say that that was a giant step forward. And, you know, where doors close, windows open, and there have been huge opportunities. Again, I'm continuing to learn. I'm challenging myself more than I ever have. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm enjoying the whole process.
How does it feel now, Cassie, to know that you're getting to help people in the ways that you've always wanted to?
Well, that truly is amazing. You know, Curves gave me some great opportunity. And again, I thought maybe that was the end. But the reality is there's a huge, big world out there and lots of opportunity. So, yes, I love what's going on in my life right now.
Can your friends who are Curves owners benefit from what you're doing now?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, you know, everything I do is about making a difference in other people's lives. So not only can it help you personally with weight loss and health and disease types of things, but what I found is the sidebar to this is that you can actually achieve financial abundance. And I know a lot of you are business owners, and that's exactly why you got into business. Number one, to help people, And the second reason, obviously, is to have some financial freedom. And so both of these opportunities are creating opportunities for me, but I want to share those with you guys as well.
How can they learn more?
Hey, I have been invited by Kyle to join your iCamp. And so that's where I'm going to be able to have the opportunity to share all the details.
And I think that actually tomorrow we're going to have a little interview coming up that folks can tune back in on, and we're going to be sending out some information a little later this afternoon so that anyone who's interested in learning more can tune in for a very special interview that we have tomorrow. And also we'll be sure to cover a little bit more of this at the next iCamp, which will be coming up in a few weeks.
Great. That sounds exciting to me.
All right. Cassie, can you take a minute and just share any advice or words of wisdom that you have for club owners?
Yes, I think that the simplest message that I can give you is never, 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 never lose your hope. Never give up on your dreams. I know a lot of you are struggling, but I want to just encourage you and let you know that I'm still around, the figure's still around, there's a lot of resources and support, and then a lot of your success is in your head. So make sure you keep your head right, your heart right, and keep moving forward. I know that you can make it happen. I know the economy is tough. But keep your head up, keep your chin high, and just keep pulling yourself back up, and together we'll be successful again.
Sounds like good advice anytime, anywhere, and to anyone. I appreciate that. Cassie, real quick before we go, and at the risk of sounding self-serving, but if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about Go Figure. After all, you were with Curves for 15 years. You have, you know a lot. You have quite a unique perspective. What's been your personal opinion of Go Figure software through the years?
Actually, I love your team, Andy. You and Kyle have been amazing to work with, and Matt, I think that's the most important thing is the relationship. And in fact, the depth of your relationship has to do with Kyle being a Curves owner. I think he had like 9 clubs at one time, and his whole goal was to develop a software program to increase the efficiency of running the business so that you could really spend most of your time serving your members. And this software has been incredible. In fact, your software is about 10 years old. You guys have worked through a lot of the glitches. You've learned and you've adapted. Speaking of adapting, your technology has followed right along. In fact, Andy, you and I have done webcasting in South Africa and Australia. We traveled to Europe. And I think that says a lot about your company, about your commitment to the success of each and every owner that is listening to this call.
Well, thank you. I think actually the last time we saw each other in person was where, Sydney or Melbourne or somewhere in the southern hemisphere. What do you think are some of the great? What do you think are some of the greatest benefits of Go Figure?
I think just off the top of my head, I've seen your customer service grow by leaps and bounds. At first, it was all about developing your technology, and then the customer service has become impeccable. I think when we start talking about 10 years of your software being developed, that is priceless. Nobody wants to deal with the glitches and rolling out new systems. And so I think it's very important that you go with somebody who knows what they're doing and has developed and adapted with you throughout the years. The other thing that I love and that I hear all the time from the owners is they love the electronic transfers, they love the deposits, they love managing their business from home. They actually love the ability to archive all of their old members and be able to email those old members, go back and look at the notes that they've made on those old members. And I think that's huge, huge to have that database of all of the current, past, present members and be able to access all of their information. So that says a lot, again, for your company. Again, that 10-year